This morning, all eyes on this Dedham, Massachusetts courthouse, where closing arguments in Karen Read's murder trial will soon get underway. The trial judge eager to move the case along quickly to the jury.
I just don't think it's fair after they've sat through so much of this trial with the various delays that we've had. To not let them start deliberating.
Read is accused of hitting her former police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe with her SUV in a drunken argument and leaving him to die back in 2022. The most serious charge she's facing is second-degree murder, also manslaughter while operating a vehicle under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident. Back in court after her first trial last year ended in a hung jury. Ronald Stanislaw was one of the jurors then and says the deepest divide was over the manslaughter charge.
What stands out to you as you're watching from afar in this retrial?
It's more organized and there's more information and more linear for a juror to kind of follow along.
Like these crash reconstruction videos presented by the defense. The jury, which could begin deliberating as early as today, will have to consider 8 weeks of testimony from dozens of witnesses, which at times got contentious.
Do you have any memory issues?
No.
Read did not take the witness stand in her own defense, but prosecutors have tried to use her own words to build their case against her.
Didn't I say, could I have hit him? Or was it told to me that I said I hit him?
Read's lawyers contend there was no car collision and plan to focus on what they call a deeply flawed police investigation and closing arguments.
They also abandoned trying to prove a third-party culprit did this, and I think that allowed them to really hammer at some of the soft spots of the prosecution's arguments.
The case that has been the focus of social media sleuths and numerous documentaries
It's been like living in purgatory.
has divided the town and country alike.
It's a very dividing topic in my house for sure. I think it's a lot of secrets and lies that are just piling on top of each other.
And the judge already warning everyone to prepare for a long day because she wants the jurors to start deliberating today before everyone breaks for the weekend. Savannah?
All right, Emily, thank you. NBC senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett here with us now. Good morning. So interesting when the jury finally gets the case and there's been this much evidence, potentially a confusing verdict form, the instructions. What do you think? How do you think this is going to play out?
The instructions are tedious, incredibly tedious, but they're also incredibly important, especially in a case like this where she is facing a range of different possible charges, all of different severities, and they carry different punishments, but it also gives the jury an off-ramp. For instance, if they think she's not guilty of second-degree murder, which is an intentional killing, but they think she was driving drunk and she did hit him, then perhaps that verdict form could be really important because it's going to say not guilty. It's going to provide instructions on each of those different counts, and that's why there's so much argument about it, because last time some of the jurors said they thought it was too confusing.
Laura, let's talk about how the defense and the state's cases were both very different this time around. The defense called a few dozen more witnesses, if I'm not mistaken.
They did, but the state was a lot more streamlined. There was a lot less about who was in the house where he was dropped off and butt dials and things like that. That did not happen this time. They were much more focused on the data and his body temperature and the science, and it will be interesting to see whether the defense was able to still inject enough reasonable doubt, because remember, they only need one, guys, right? Of course they want her fully acquitted. The defense wants to clear her name, but if they can get another mistrial, the chances of them trying her a third time, I think, are really, really slim.
By the way, the clip that they played in court from the doc, where I found this especially interesting, where she talks about maybe hitting him, but not. How damning could that be potentially?
I think you're going to see it played again in closing arguments this morning.
It was that powerful.
Yeah.
All right, Laura, we shall see. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.